They can't pick Centaur. We saw Underlord not do good. Slardar's still in the pool, but it's not
It's
fantastic.
can't play it versus the troll,
Right.
unfortunately.
You want something that could fight Troll effectively, and I still think looking at the Mars is the one that's go-to because Spear is just really good. Anything that holds him over for a time being.
Yep, I feel like it's either the Mars or you saw it very, very, very briefly, but
It
people
can't.
were picking Tide for a little bit.
Oh, that's true.
And I mean, it is not the best. Okay, there we
Ah,
go. Someone picked Tide, but
that might have been a deny one then, because it
because
seemed
Tide
like
is
it
a,
was
a
tied.
really solid hero, and you see already in the bans that so many heroes are prioritized and just axed out of the pool. It almost feels like, at least in this NA qual meta, that there's like 20
Oh
viable
yeah,
heroes. There we go, the
Timber.
Timber.
I mean, now you're looking at it, right? You got two strength heroes and a hero that kind of relies on their HP pool to be effective. So
Kind
that's
of kind of slipped through the cracks, yeah.
I didn't even think about that one. I mean, I guess in this scenario that was the Weaver slot, right? For the ban on It's Okay. They ban out that instead and now Timber makes it through.
Well, and I mean, I think they're going to be very happy about it. The lane versus troll is not like the greatest, not the worst, but Omni is not going to be able to really help him out too much, I think. I mean, he's got a lot of pure damage. He's going to be a little bit annoying. He's got a really cool Ag Shard, though. The
It's
Hammer of Purity.
yeah, well, we're not that Ag Shard, like I played it maybe 3 days ago on a turbo game, and like that it is not good. Like if it was kind of like the Darkseer one where it like poops out an illusion when you hit him, then maybe,
Mhm.
but like all you're doing is slamming somebody with a holy hammer. Um
Well, and the thing is about this draft, we can't see a Slark like we did in the previous match.
right.
Because if you have to put him mid then, and then you have to, or you could do mid troll, I guess. Mid troll versus monkey doesn't sound the worst. Honestly, maybe they've got last pick, so they will be able to really think everything out on the Byzantine Raiders. Maybe could they pull that off? Mid troll versus monkey, and then safe lane Slark. I
I
don't
could
know.
see a world where that is the case, but the problem is that your position 4 is either a Rubik or an Omni Knight, and if at any point in time Troll needs rotations, it's not really going to happen because the Marana is
Yeah,
a better position 4 in that scenario.
it'll just be the Rubik tailing behind.
It is a good thing to look at the Troll and say that yeah, you could run this versus the Monkey King. In fact, they're banning off lane heroes, whereas It's Okay will ban mids. So
What I'm interested, I wonder why they banned Clock because I know for a fact that it is a pos 5 Venomancer. So right now, I think they just solely need a 1 or a 2. So I'm curious as to why the Clock got banned. But they are running very well in time on the Raiders. But with this last pickup, I mean, versus Troll Warlord, trying to think of what hero they could pick up in that
what
position.
about all right? In my opinion, the worst hero in Dota right now, OD.
I mean, they could do that. I mean, Odie literally matches up well versus Troll, Omni, and Tide. The only bad thing is that you are going to get last picked. I mean, you can't get Nyx. That hero is non-existent.
Yeah,
I mean, I
Nyx
wouldn't be opposed to it, to be honest.
Nyx is
But
just getting banned every game. No matter what, it's every bracket is banning it.
I do think that MK though is pretty in ESK's field. I feel like that is going to be ESK's hero, which means Ifrit. I mean, they could pick Wraith King. It is pretty bad, or Tide it kind of suffers versus him because you can't ravage him twice. But they do pick Slark.
All
Okay, they
right,
reverse it.
maybe it was just I don't.
They get to lane versus Tide.
All right,
Rubik can't do anything versus Slark. I mean, it is a very free Slark game. The axes are pretty annoying, I think, for the Slark, but aside from that, it's another hero, right? Troll, if they get in a position where Troll is just running at you and he can't do anything, he's just a body for Slark to punch. And now
right.
Byzantine Raiders with 5 seconds left, yeah.
Oh, I almost thought they randomed.
Zeus.
Ah,
They needed A and B's hero, but
I don't think this is it, Chief. Zeus just feels really weak.
Well, he needs to be really careful in the mid lane. If either supports on It's Okay decide to show up, he's going to be under a massive amount of threat from ESK. I definitely feel like It's Okay have the leg up in this draft so far.
Because it's Monkey King Slark. Or Monkey
Yeah.
King Timber, pardon. You know what? We'll let Dota Plus decide on whether or not
Yeah,
that's
I know,
the
right?
case. So
Has
far, it's
Dota
been
Plus-
putting like extra 10%, 15% per hero. Dota Plus knows drafting better than anybody else, I guess.
I wonder if it's like Lycan, Spectre, Puck. I wonder if it takes into account all those. What Lycan's win rate bumped up like 60% or something.
Yeah, I looked at the pub win rate last night of Divine and Immortal Plus heroes, and it was like 58.6 or something. In comparison to before the patch was like 42.
Yeah, the hero is gone, but resurrected yet again. Necro's just the best. Just keep buying Necro.
Yeah, we're back to the buy a Necro and all your good farming heroes, and if they have an aura, then they're even better. I mean, that's why people are second phase banning Beastmaster.
Yeah, it's just that broken. And I mean, it's even better versus Monkey King just because it gives that hawk vision. You can always... He's never in the trees, but they try to get that with Zeus. And I mean, AMB will be able to always give vision of that monkey. His whereabouts aren't really going to be in question this game, especially in team fights. But I don't know. They've got to be happy with it. Oh, AMB's got boots level 1. Feels like he's played this matchup before.
Yeah, he's... I think he knows that he's not going to have a great time if this is going to be Monkey Mid. But looking at the items, it is indeed Monkey Mid. So, yeah, I guess he's quite experienced in this draft before because Monkey's sole, like, way of getting to you is getting on top of you in this laning phase. So if he's got boots already, he can already just walk away from it, no problem.
And I think that's something that a lot of people see, like, mid planers like no one used to always he's always able to get the leg up in the matchup, even in really losing matchups, just because he knows what to buy, he knows how to play it. So AMB is no one. TLDR. But this bot lane looks like it's going to be the place of action.
Just 30 seconds.
Yeah, there's currently 4 hanging out down here. What are we looking at then?
I think QB needs to be a little bit careful though, because if he has to skill a subspell that he doesn't want to skill, he's going to be really upset for those first levels, especially laning versus the Slurk.
I mean, even then, though, like, Kraken Shell's not going to do you that well against the Slark, so even if he gets the ideal spec...
And here
why would you ever go Gush at 1? Let's be honest here. So he is going to... Okay, he went Gush at 1. So he wanted to go for the slow here as soon as I talk about it.
He's going to need the Boundless Strike.
Yeah, he's got
and
the arrow.
The arrow
gets him. Niqua. Excellent confirm.
It was ours all along.
I think everybody's happy with that, except for QB. QB's going to be pretty sad.
Because not only did he have to spec Gush as a attempted reactionary, I mean, I guess you go for Gush in this lane so that way you can confirm the range creeps. It is 110 damage. And I guess you could combo it with Fade Bolt here. They do, I mean, it does a lot of damage if you can get on top of somebody here, as you can see with ZY getting clicked down there, but...
Well, and I'm worried because Omni was actually at that bottom rune, so he's just getting to the wave now, and Sword is going to be level 2, I think. Like, he's given Sword this kind of free XP a little bit, and he felt completely comfortable getting Timber Chain level 1. Looks like he's going to get denied on that creep, but he'll be level 2 before not, and they're tri-laning bottom.
I mean, with the Mirana... Just, Mirana doesn't even need to be in the lane. It just keeps on throwing out the arrows.
And I think a big part of what he's going to do in this lane is he's just going to keep these Ancients from getting stacked. If Frogus ever wants to stack Ancients where it's tied, he's just going to keep on being a nuisance. And, yeah, sitting mid, if AMB ever gets in too poor of a position, if he gets arrowed, ESK is just already going to be ready to punish him.
I mean, you see that he could just be on the tower as much as possible. These pro players really know how to stack on top of the tower. Courier about to get clipped, though. Just had some tangos in it, though. It's not anything super special, but still a dead Courier, 35 gold across the map. That's the bigger issue.
And Sword, I mean, he's having a fantastic time. He's going to maybe start some pulls going. Yeah, it looks like Light Shader will pull, stack it. But Sora's going to be almost level 4 at that point, and he's having a great time versus the troll as of right now.
Yeah, Troll literally can't do anything in this lane. He's got to let him free farm. There's not much they could really do about this. And, I mean...
there we go.
There's our NA pause, ladies and gentlemen. As always, there has to be one pause per series, because we've done there was 2 pauses last series. Luckily, not a long-term pause this time around.
And it looks like Nikwa, I mean, we saw in his Phoenix game, he just killed 3 couriers across the map, and
He's about to claim another. Oh.
He's an assassinator. He's just going around arrowing the big creeps and killing couriers.
I'm not gonna lie, there was one game I remember casting a while back. I don't know who it was, but it was a bounty hunter. Probably in EU Dota, I think.
It was Puppy.
Probably. And then all he was doing was literally playing bounty hunter and sniping couriers every single time in the mid. He did nothing else but snipe couriers as bounty hunter.
Thing is, the only reason I know it's Puppy is because I think he's the only one crazy enough to pick Bounty Hunter. But Nico messes up the pull top. This top lane is spiraling out of control. Sword is having, I think, a little bit too good of a time. He's going to have a really, really free lane up here.
I mean, you could see Murderer just trying to click on him. He's like, I can't hit this man. He's got too much armor. And anytime he gets close, he's just... hit with that whirling death. Sure, there's no trees to end up giving him that extra damage, but it's just, it hurts. And now you even see Light Shader in the back here. He's getting picked on here by Nico as well. The arrow goes through. He actually is going to get this kill. The regen might be enough, but the second leap to help confirm.
Yeah. Perfect from Nico.
And now it's just, you can't be burning kills like this away either.
And Troll will get to just kind of last it under his tower, but Sword is same thing. He's completely okay with it. He's gonna pop 6 faster than Murder is gonna pop 6. And even when Murder pops 6, I don't think that they can kill Timbersaw. They're gonna need the Zeus to rotate in. But Zeus can't really lane. He's needing to spend so much mana to get his last hits, and ESK is really contesting him. Even contesting the runes. Doesn't even get that to refill his bottle. Oh, and Light Shader. Doing a lot of damage.
Out again.
Oh,
he
Frogus?
does have the arcane rune. It was purely trying to get that one. They want to get that deny.
But I think what's going to keep happening is whenever Mirana decides to play mid, the Rubik is going to have to come, and then Tide is going to just start to suffer in the bot lane, because Slark, while he's having a pretty good time versus the Tide, once he gets those few more levels, we saw it last game with the Timbersaw, early on when Slark's, pressed for levels, he's not too strong, but level 5, level 6, he's really, really hard to lane versus.
Look at this top lane. Murderer is just getting kited around. He is going to finally get healed by Light. But at the same time, he was just being kited around by Sword constantly underneath the tower. But with no mana, Sword can't really keep that one up.
Oh, and he's trying to get the bounties.
We're at the marker here. The arrow goes through. It is going to whiff. And actually, it's going to be a 3-1 grab. Nikwa does have to be careful. That purification. Not to be...
if Zeus had ulti, he was just gone there. But
not 6 quite yet. Getting close, though. He does have a bottle. He's about good percentage of the way there. Back in bottom. Do see that this now full wand charge Slark trying to get this kill on Cuvée. Is he going to get it, though? Gonna find him. Gonna have to let it be. They're gonna salve up.
Yeah, it's at this point where this lane is just miserable for Tide, because even if you try to trade, you spend your mana, he's just gonna come back. You have to wait so long for that level 3 Essence Shift to burn out. He's just gonna start really running away with the lane and just keep farming up. He does need to be careful about Zeus. I feel like everybody always forgets about Zeus for the first ulti, and then everybody gets hit for 300 damage, and then they're like, oh yeah, there's a Zeus in this game. That hurts, But top.
Oh, sorry. We managed to get the kill on the Omni there. Was that an arrow as well? It was.
Yeah. The arrow landed, and Murder's in trouble too. This 5-minute creep,
yeah,
he's 5-minute cart.
He's in trouble here. Picks up the soul, hits the bounty. He's dead. Oh, he does pop ult though, but will it be enough?
No. He's trying to run over to heal him, and actually,
hang on, he actually does go down there. He gets a double kill on top of that too. Finds the kill on ZY in the bot. The BM tip going out there immediately.
And that's what I was talking about. It's people don't think about the Zeus ulti until it bites you in the ass, and you're like, oh, this hero's in my game. He's been farming the small camp for like 3 minutes, you know.
It is always a big shock as soon as you die to a Zeus ult like that, especially when you get a double kill with it too.
And that's exactly what he needed. He was falling behind a little bit in levels just because ESK did really well, kept the lane on top of his hill, but I think now it's up to ESK to kind of make rotations, because a lot of the heroes are getting low in the side lanes from It's Okay. They're really able to put out a lot of damage, but they're not able to finish them off. Like Slark is able to just keep Tide almost habitually low. And in the top lane, whenever Troll doesn't have his ultimate, I mean, Sword is just going to do this. It does suck. He did lose his 5-minute cart. This tower could be going down, but looks like Light Shader's taking one for the team right now.
Yeah, he's kind of just getting kited around all over again. Nikwa here as well. He'll find the kill. Actually, the one to claim it.
Good guy, Nikwa.
Hey, man, it's kill confirmed.
That's true.
Not kill steal. Kill secured. That's what it is.
And Troll is actually going to make his way all the way to the stacks, and he's actually queuing up the Ags first. Not wanting to get the Battle Fury.
I thought we were going to see A and B get jumped here, but I think they're going to be...
Oh, Nikwa, he's underneath a big ward.
Yeah, he's in trouble here. Does have leap 1 and 2.
Oh,
There's
one
a
more
regen here if he gets it just to deny. Oh, he's just zero punished whatsoever. No ult available from Zeus. We saw it in the last transaction.
And I mean, Sword has just got so much space. It's so starkly different from the Timbersaw game we just got out of. He's just really walking away with this game.
Speaking of that, they are trying to go for a kill on this top lane. Sword with that net worth advantage, trying to find anybody in this jungle, but it's just...
Well, and even Nikwa, who's been roaming pretty much the entire game, I mean, he just got all of the XP from that large camp stack that A and B just farmed, and I mean, it just feels like all of the Radiant heroes are just pulling away in net worth and XP. They've just set themselves up in these lanes so well.
Well, they can still take it back though. The thing is they've got Troll. The problem with that is that it's always Troll Oh, this isn't Troll Battle Fury. You're right.
That's Troll Ags.
An Ags rush though.
He farms really fast with it, and it might just be so that way he can do some of the damage in these team fights. Because aside from Ravage, I mean, the team fighting in this game is really just based around both sides just kind of running at each other and finding these quick picks. But I don't know. I feel like already it's going to start to become an uphill battle.
All right, now hear me out. Not in this game, but I'm looking at Troll Shard. You think there is room for Troll 4 one day?
One day. Well, we'll see in the EU closed qualifiers. I'm sure that's like a Yap sort of thing.
that's where you see the interesting weird stuff for Troll.
I mean, that's literally just it's how the regions work. We've got 5 Veno. They've got 4 Troll.
Slark lightly baiting his courier here. He's walking up here, but Cube is hanging out.
Oh, and he's got a Midas. He's still farmed, but the Ravage needs to be
got
careful.
Money. There's the Ravage. He's out of there.
Oh,
they
almost
will manage
died.
to get Zai. ZY there. He will have to dance out of that one though. Whoa, hang on. Timber in the meantime killing Frogos in the top lane.
Yeah, he was so close to dying. He got the strength treads off before the Ravage hit, so he was healing up slightly faster, and he was able to walk out with like 78 HP or something. But he's got a Midas up on the Slark, and that's troublesome.
I mean, that's scary. The Slark had complete free farm, and it's just you rush that Midas. It's
oh,
spicy.
No, QB.
Mid. Cube in trouble here. Esk is hanging out. They want to get this kill, but with the TP rotation of A and B, they will have to leave for the time being. No ult available. Again, last transaction.
Yeah, they do have to respect the Zeus's ulti. I mean, you already see it. If they're able to cast all their spells, I mean, if they're able to Ravage on top of Zeus ult, the Thunder God's Wrath, they've got a lot of magical bursts, but not enough for this Timbersaw. They're gonna maybe try, but nah, don't think so. He's actually going Eternal Shroud, which I think is one of the best items.
Jumping on in.
Oh.
They do manage to find Light Shader with the stun, but no follow-up available. Oh, I say that a sword just jumps in immediately again. Still no follow-up.
He doesn't
Sword's
have
just-
any stacks, so he's not regenning too much, but
He's just playing greedy, but he does have the hood, so he is going to take at least a little bit of less damage from that one. Looks like they steal the chakram, actually. That's a pretty good one, but Ruvik's not a high mana pool hero at this point in time to really benefit from it.
yeah, you can kind of just throw it out. But I mean, sword, he's going the Eternal Shroud, and once he gets that, that hero gets so grossly broken. Eternal Shroud is one of the most interesting items, I think, of the new patch. It's just giving you mana in the damage block shield. I don't think there's ever been an item that's done something similar. I don't think any hero does anything similar to that either.
I'm still
Except for
waiting
maybe,
for
like,
the one
Pugma.
that has mana steal. That needs to happen.
Man, Diffusal Blade?
Well, Diffusal Blade doesn't steal it, though. It drains it.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
talking about
True,
takes
true.
it from the enemy, like mana drain,
gives it to
basically.
you.
But
Like,
an item.
I see.
Like, I was hoping when I heard the
Pugna
item
Blast
called
or
Mage
Pugna Suck.
Slayer, I was expecting that one to be what it was, and then it wasn't that, and I'm like, oh.
Well, and I wonder, I mean, if ESK was to get any wacky items, I mean, he's just buying a BKB. I don't blame him. It's a little bit atypical, I think, because with just getting a straight up BKB, he could be getting a Maelstrom first, farming a little bit better for himself, but he's just not being greedy. But Mage Slayer versus Zeus, Mage Slayer gives you incredible stats. Mage Slayer is, even though it's a pretty expensive item, 20 agi, 20 damage, and 20 magic resistance. It's like the perfect item versus a lot of these, literally, I guess, mages. But ZY,
It's the right game
He's-
for it. But I don't think we'll see it, but it's just... There's a lot of other
Yeah.
items that are on people's to-do list, and hopefully we don't see... Well, I don't want to say hopefully we don't see the Monkey King going for the Witch's Blade again, but apparently, according to chat, which is why I'm not going to believe it 100%, that the Monkey Kings within the Wukong's command all proc the blade.
I wouldn't be surprised. Valve is really good at balancing their game and doing things on purpose.
I mean, it does say that they benefit from modifiers, and I guess that is considered a modifier.
When and during this lull, I'm just watching ZY deny his own plague words with his plague words. But there's really not a lot going on. I mean, what do you do if it's okay? I guess you kill Nikwa.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just saw him being jumped by everybody, and his HP just died immediately.
But Timbersaw is almost not a target. They're gonna move on to him, but it's so long to kill him. I don't even think it's worth it. And during all this time, you've got a Midas Slark. I mean, he's got a full Diffusal flying out, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's got Diffusal and Midas at 14.5 minutes.
Yeah, he's, this is scary now. The Slark hasn't really even been in that many team fights, but as soon as he wants to be, it's going to be, like, a game-ending
and they
fight.
do smoke up. They do want to do something to this mid tower, even if it is just killing ZY. Oh, they're gonna get the lift from Frogos.
Find the lift, the gush.
The stolen
and
arrow
the
too. That's a powerful spell for him to have.
Yeah, they got
Old
some good
Frogos.
setup. Oh, hang on. Frogos is in a bit of trouble here. Does manage to get stunned by Esk, and Frogos will steal Boundless, but not gonna find much here. Sword trying to go for more here. AMB being quote-unquote chased down by Sword here. Actually, I say that, though. He does actually manage to get chased down. This slow and insidious kill is going to happen maybe eventually.
There's
Who
just
knows?
no one to help him.
Slow
Nobody
the
can
burn
help
damage.
him.
Well, they couldn't help him because they wanted to go for this Slark in the bot lane, but like 2 birds, 1 stone with the Moonlight Shadow.
Well,
able to get
even
out of
then,
there.
it's like this starter has been a thorn in their side in the top lane for pretty much the entire game, and now I mean, they have the Ags on Troll. That is the bright side, but is there anyone that can really kill him? I don't think so. He's just that strong at this point.
I mean, it's the scenario of like you've got the S tier item on your hero, but the problem is that there's no extra follow up. There's no great damage you can kind of pair with it because your damage is the fact you went Ags first. The closest thing you have is the Zeus, who can pump out a lot of magic damage with the assist of static field, but if he gets caught, he's just dead.
Oh,
Same
no,
scenario
Troll.
here. If Murderer gets caught by this fresh new
He
blade,
has to pop the ult before his man is
he
out.
gets,
But he gets
arrowed by it with the follow-up Yules too, so all of this steal duration is not happening. He puts a lot of damage on the sword here, but
Oh,
Chakra
sure.
able to help confirm, but the Ravage goes through. They find the one on the Monkey. They drop the Zeus ultimate as well. No extra damage
Pop
following
the
Shoot
shield.
Sword with so much HP regen, so much everything. 49 points of regen. He's perfectly fine. They're not even done with this team fight, though. Nico wants to go for more. The Star Storm, not going to find anybody. They're picking off a hero in the backline. Who is it? It's Frogos. He has leap, but guess what? He's not going to get far with it. The Star Storm not going to confirm the kill either. Oh, they might find Cube as well. Yep, he gets them. Zeus shows himself at the last second here. Timber might actually be in trouble. He'll be fine. 21 points of regen. No Nimbus yet on this Zeus.
And there wasn't even a Wukong's command down. That fight got dragged on so long, but they just weren't able to kill the Timber. They were so close. They were so close, but he just pops the Shroud. He gets 400 mana, and he's just completely fine.
Yeah, Shroud is definitely something.
And then Frugos tries to leap for him, but now he just TP's in. He's going to get punished on Slark. He's got to get out of here. Oh, and he might actually pay for it. There we go.
Yeah, he's out of there. He's dead. Arrow goes through. It's not going to find anybody. They do manage to throw down. Well, doesn't matter. They get revealed with the lightning bolt.
And they just need to keep on doing that. They need to ignore everyone. They need to ignore the Timbersaw. Everyone else is kind of up for grabs, but...
Yeah, Timber's the only one they can't fight. If Timber's ever in a team fight, it feels like that's going to be the negative not happening. That's like everyone's pub games where they see the Centaur with 4 hearts. You don't fight the Centaur. You fight everybody else but the Centaur.
And just try not to get stunned. And that's this game. And I mean, they have got Ravage and 40. Oh no.
Gets arrowed. Frogos actually is going to lose his courier instead of losing his life. Maybe Nikwa felt he wasn't going to get that one. There was too many people around.
Oh,
but Boundless is there with the follow-up. Ask able to at least get a trade.
Next time, try not to die.
Yeah, and he's got a BKB on Esk. I mean, I guess, I mean, he just doesn't have to worry about Zeus anymore. He doesn't have to worry about Ravage anymore. He's just gonna run at people. And you see this troll trying to do, you know, push in the lanes. He's bottom, but needs to be a little bit careful as the entire team comes.
He's dead. Like, there's nothing you could do here. You got East here as well, and it's just this Stark is going to claim the kill no matter what. You do have Light shading through here, but he's not going to find it, and bam, he's just dead.
Yep, he tried to get the purge off on him, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. And now almost a completed Ags on the Slark as well. This is...
Hide.
Are they really going to get QB?
I think so. You got the Timber jumping on in here.
Oh,
they got the Chakram, but Monkey's going to hold
They're a
on
little bit afraid, but yeah, he's just
they
going to go
got
down
him.
now.
He's a dead fish.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit hesitant just because he didn't want to have to pop his BKB there, but didn't have to. Sword just supplying the damage, and he's got a full Kaya on top of Yule's Eternal Shroud. I mean, this is hard.
I mean, it's just, this was a very free Timbersaw game. And the fact that they picked Stark at the end for the chance of them for not getting it themselves and then running mid-troll versus mid-monkey, like, it helped them immensely. Like, they can't do anything about this. Murderer loses half of his HP to just one combo from Sword.
And they want to fight bottom. He's going to TP in, but QB, it's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to get queued. There's 5 levels up, and Zeus can't get here. They killed his creep. He TP'd on the creep instead of the tower.
You do have 5 heroes still here. They do have the tree dance if they want it, but not going to find much with that transaction. They're going to have to let this tower go. I mean, not to mention, you have 8 Plague Wards on top of the tower from this Veno, who went for the Plague Ward build. He didn't even go for Venomous Gale.
Oh, and A and B. He already used his TP before.
Oh. Yep.
Troll is here, but now Troll's in trouble.
Boundless Strike thrown out, finds this kill. They are stacking some nice stats here, some nice items, and it's just, what do you do? This game is very hard to come back from. It's 17k net worth lead.
It feels like it's all on the Timbersaw. Like, he's top of the net worth chart. He's the monster. He's the raid boss. Is he the highest level? Let's see. Yeah, he is by far.
Yeah, where is he at? Oh my goodness, you're not kidding. He literally is just dominating levels. He is double the level of Nikwa.
He's spent all this time. I feel like he's been almost 1v4ing the entire game. I mean, this is just the power of your third pick, and this was a third pick Timbersaw.
Trying to get a pick off here, but the Monkey King. Oh, never mind. That was Frogos' tree dance. We'll put the Slark at very low move speed, but he'll be perfectly fine. Re-engage. Arrow whizzes through. Not going to find anybody.
Yeah, and towers are just going to start rolling. It's like this. All of the space that's been created by Timbersaw by having to ignore him is just being eaten up by your Midas Slark. I mean, he's having a fine time. He's got his eggs. He's got his tools. The only bright side is it is slightly harder for them to ever take Roche. You can't, even if in this huge lead, taking Roche versus Tide is hard, but...
Bay. Problems. Arrow whizzes through. It's not going to find anybody again.
Oh! Slark was in the base for a second.
Oh, that's the power pounce.
Yeah. 65 health regen.
He's not scared.
Nice boundless.
Boundless goes through. Frogos.
Arrow
he
landed.
is out of there. Picked off there. They don't want to jump a Ravage for this one. Reactionary Ravage would be a very bad thing to have. And the Pounce will find him. He's not done, though. Another Pounce is available. They can't click the tower, but Sword really wants to.
Yeah, and he got arrowed. QB wasn't even able to pop the Ravage. He was literally just held. Nobody right-clicked him. He wasn't able to purge it off. He just got stuck there. And I think, are they just going to walk right into Roche? They might just keep the outpost. I mean, they could go to Roche right now.
Well, looks like that's what ESK wants. But if that's what he's going to get, who knows?
And this is like a small opportunity. If they can Ravage inside the pit, Zeus ulti, Troll hitting on someone, that is their chance. Because it is a fairly slow Roche. But if they can't get there, they don't have the outpost. And then it's just going to keep spiraling downhill.
Well, they have no dire ward, so they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like it's just given up.
It's quite clear that they're in Roche. You see them not punishing any of their buildings. The vision that they do have isn't giving them much information of where they're at. So they will take this one free of charge.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, now there's a completed Bloodstone on Timbersaw. He's just a monster. Almost a full Deso on Monkey King. Then your entire backline is just going to get shredded. Zeus has 5 armor. Rubik has, 7 armor. He's got the Nether Shawl. This is going to be a really tough game going further.
They do steal Arrow, though, so they can get the setup if they want it. But it's not really going to help them at the end of the day. But you're right, there's just... Their whole team is going to get shredded on the backlines, because they've got the BKB, too, with the Monkey. That was, like, very early purchase there. He's not really used that many charges of it, either. It's still sitting at 9. So it's going to be...
It's the first item BKB, and he's used it once. He's just not been forced to use it, being frank. There hasn't really been any situation where he's felt in danger, I feel like.
Tried to find Murderer there, but couldn't quite find him with the Boundless.
The arrow landed on Slark. He's just stunned for 8 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he's also Moonlit too, so once he walks over the fact that he knows there's a ward there.
Oh, when they see Murder, they're jiving in at the outpost.
They want him again.
I don't think Veno can keep him there, though.
Yeah, the Monkey Illusion's unable to hold him over with the phase boots, but here comes the Slark. No Basher, though.
Yeah, he had to use both to get over there, so he'll be fine for now, but... I just feel like the map is getting smaller and smaller for Byzantine Raiders.
Murderer's actually going for BKB.
They have so much net worth. Like, the Veno is farmed. The Mirana, even the Mirana, who's not having the best game, almost has a Greaves. He has almost as much farm as the Tidehunter. It's... Everybody just has so much net worth.
I mean, the lowest farming net worth is the combination of both of the dire supports' net worth. One of which, speaking of which, might be getting picked off here.
Might be getting caught. If they would, yeah, they just take light shader.
Oh my gosh, the damage. That's the Imp Claw coming from Boundless Strike there. The Yules onto this Tide. This is bad if they get this kill. I mean, you don't want a reactionary Ravage. That's literally it. Cube is going to end up going down here. Does have buyback. He's going to have to do it if they plan to go for even more push on this one.
And Sword just doesn't care. He's just pops his Eternal Shroud. He's just gonna sit on the
Murderer is gonna be found by this Slark. He has to pop ult if he wants to live here. I think he's just trying to dodge and weave left and right, up and down. He walks on top of the cannon though, so he is gonna see where they're going.
No TP though.
He whiffs the pounce, but he will get the kill. And in the meantime, the tower does go down in the mid.
And you're just getting racks by 2 heroes.
And there's no buyback.
And ZY. ZY's got the wards.
There's no buyback. They're just pushing down this set of racks. Slowly but surely with these Venom wards. But Sword's like, I'm going to go top. And I'm going to...
Oh, there's a card top. He'll take his own tower in the time they take their racks.
Oh, yeah.
ZY's just Venom wardsing it.
Plus, you know, he's also got the Dragon Scale, so the burn damage on the tower is good too. He's taking quite a bit of damage from that magic.
Oh, the arrow. ESK. If he had a Blink Dagger on QB, but...
He's got BKB,
just not
though.
able to.
There would be some saves. I mean, what? How many Force Staffs do we have? I don't think we have any. This game has been, like, very straightforward. They haven't really needed to go for any big saves. I mean, as you can see, it's 27k net worth lead for It's Okay.
Yeah, they just have so many auras. It's just Pipe, Greaves. I mean, Timber himself is just, he's just taking your racks. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, he's just this is like the most free Timber game they've ever had, and that has to go back to just me saying again that picking the Slark to make sure they don't get it. That was like the biggest choice that they could have ever done, because if it was the Slark against the Timber, it'd be a whole entire different situation, like the last game that we just had. But now with them having it.
It just felt like Byzantine was just like one step behind in the drafting phase up until the end. It's like they pick Tide, they pick Timber, then they pick, I don't even remember what the pick was. They pick Troll after that to maybe get a good lane, then they get Slarked.
No, they picked Troll at the very beginning.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they second pick Troll.
It's just no heroes touch this guy, even the last pick Zeus.
I mean, it just felt like Zeus wasn't a very good impact hero. I mean, sure, your Zeus does a lot of good early magic damage where it needs to be, but they saw the Timber. They could have picked something that could have at least worked against the Timber, but they had the Monkey and they had the Slark.
And there were just no heroes that could come top. Oh yeah, you're right, because the third pick in this game was the Omni Knight. It was like, ugh.
Ages expired.
What a rough game.
I'm really finding too much work with this. Sends back a cape. He finds the Paladin Sword. That's a really good item for the Slark, actually.
And now ESK is getting his Scotty. Sword getting his Ags. Slark has a Nullifier. There's really no sense of them ever needing to slow down. If they really wanted to be safe, they could just make it a 40k gold lead, wait till next Roche. And they might just do that. I mean, nothing is being built, or nothing is really able to be done. How do you kill a Timbersaw with 34 stacks of reactive armor?
I mean, by the looks of it, Troll's idea is building into the Monkey King Bar now that he's got his BKB online. Zeus can't really do anything about that. The Tidehunter going for Greaves, it's not going to help. The Ags won't change it either. Obviously, Rubik is Rubik, and Omni Knight has no gold, so it's...
Yeah, there's so few options. There was no hero that could naturally build a Spirit Vessel. There was no hero to go top. I mean, Troll is just walking past him. They just need to ignore him. He casts 2 spells and he's back to full HP on Timbersaw.
Oh, lift. Rubik steals the Star Storm, but that's going to cost him his life as the jump comes in. The patch as well with the pounce. They are looking for more, though. The Slark is kind of low, but they're finding Light Shader here. He's going to go down. The tower just not even a concern for them. Venomancer is going to go ahead and throw out Poison Nova. He will be the first one to fall.
Maybe.
They drop ult. Actually, Murderer might be able to kill off this Timber. He's taking a lot of damage. He actually goes down, and they have to force ESK to the low ground. He's got no Aegis, no nothing, no BKB, no actual lifesteal either. He can't jump. He's got a Metal Ward on him. He's dead.
And that was exactly what they needed to do. They kited them up to the high ground. There wasn't even a Ravage expended there. They just did perfect plays with the Force Staffs. They brought him to the high ground, and the Timber just melted. The Troll finally got to do something. He got to right-click the Timber.
Niqua, you forgot about the fact that the Axe's purge. He actually had a haste rune. It got it purged immediately.
Well, now Murder's kind of in an interesting spot right here.
Scary spot. The Nullifier gets thrown out here. You can't purge that though. He's leashed up. He's got no ult, and the arrow whizzes through to help ease the pain. The Slark actually gets the kill there. You don't want to be going that greedy. That's the
unfortunate.
The blood rush right there. Oh, he's going for more though. He finds Frogos. And he's just straight dead here.
The Slark. And that's still the problem. While ESK and Sword, they did get punished, they did get pushed back, it's still a 32k gold lead, and Slark is still a monster. 6-1 and 8. 224 plus 100 damage per right click. Once he gets his BKB, then there really are no heroes that he's afraid of in this game.
See, what's our Roche timer? Are we playing till next Roche? It's 2.5 minutes. A 32k net worth lead. I think if they just group up, like you're saying, get the BKB, they'll end.
I think unless somebody dies without buyback or someone gets picked, they might just wait till Roche, just because. I mean, they're on cruise control at this point. There's really no reason for them to ever risk anything at this point. Like, Sword just buys Boots of Travel. He's getting an overwhelming blink next.
He's
he's
cycling
swapping it
between stuff. We don't know for sure. Overwhelming blink wouldn't be bad.
It sounds like the anti-Zeus, anti-Rubik item. They're just going to be 100 MS.
Actually, you know the one that would still be kind of OP for Sword is just going for that Arcane Blink one. Because it's just the cooldown reduction that comes from it.
Yeah.
Is it cast point or cooldown?
Both.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
25% CDR plus 50% cast point reduction for 6 seconds. Like that is insane.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna increase their win, their gap right now. Just gonna wait for next Roche, and that will give them an opportunity, but I don't think they're gonna risk it on the high ground anymore, because Zeus high ground is still Zeus high ground, you know? He's just gonna nuke you, he's gonna get you low, and then maybe the Tide can find an opening. So they're not even gonna risk it. Meaning that they do need to smoke out if they want to make a play on Byzantine Raiders.
I mean, is their confidence intact enough to do so? I mean, it feels like they could still... You saw the last team fight, right? So that gave them a little bit of hope. But they need that like 3 more times.
Murder. Yeah, they need to take out, I think specifically Esk. They need to be able to get on top of Esk, take him out. He's got a Scotty now, though. He's becoming way too hard to kill. They need to like get BKBs out. They need to kill Timbersaw when he doesn't have any stacks.
They are smoked.
Oh, Slark.
Maybe blinks out. Find the Mirana first. Able to leap away though. They have to disengage completely.
Oh, they're getting sandwiched a little bit by a Soul Slark.
They do actually drop the Zeus
ESK.
There, but yeah, ESK in the backline showing off that BKB. Omni Knight is going to throw down his ultimate here, but I don't think the Heavenly Grace of God is going to save you today, as the Monkey King will bop you thin. Cube as well is going to be in trouble here. The Nullfire is going to be thrown out the last second, but it's not going to get there. Not going to find that kill, but they get this good pick off. Both supports are dead. Roshan, they got a courier over it, and they know it's there.
Well, and they can just start sieging at the top. ESK can't stand. Oh.
They're going to... Okay, I thought they were going to get him, but they're just going to let him be.
Yeah, they're going to refocus on the tower. Sword is just under T4s. He's just keeping his stacks. He's just being a nuisance. Actually, needs to be a little careful.
He does have the Bloodstone, though. The arrow. He's going to whiff. Bloodstone will keep him healthy for now. Pops that bad boy. Now they're probably going to look at Roche.
Yep, it just respawned. And QB is just, it's so hard for him to find any initiation. It's just one of those Tide games where there's really no opportunity where he's going to be able to get that perfect 5-man ulti, and they're going to be able to hit people during that time. And I mean, 40k gold lead.
It's only 1-1. You literally predicted it. You were like, 40k gold lead, they'll go into Roche, and then they'll end the game. And here we are, 40k gold lead. It's just a cheese, though.
It is just a cheese. It's just second Roche. Oh, they might try to kill... No, it looks like Sword might be fine.
Oh,
he didn't pop the Eternal Shroud.
He is here. He hasn't popped the Shroud just yet. He's going to have to if he wants to live for this. He dropped the Ravage, and he's got the wand charges. He still has yet to pop the Shroud. He's just out of there. They popped Ravage, and they didn't get him.
And now all these heroes are displaced if Murder gets seen here by the Monkey. Oh, they saw him for a second.
They don't know where he's going, though, but they know that he's running around. They want to get him. If they get Murderer, that's huge. But he's going to be able to jump and jive into the jungle here.
But now, like you said, Sword just kills Frugas.
I saw it the last second. The man runs in there, just bursts him down the tips. I love it.
Well, and now, like you said, they used Ravage. They couldn't get him. That was the Ravage, the nearly 20-minute Ravage that we've been waiting for, and you don't have it to defend your last Rax. I think at this point, it's just looking to be it.
Yeah, I mean, you solo ravaged the Timber, and he got out of there quicker than pie. It's just, what are you going to do? You got nothing else left. Your toolkit's empty. Your best initiation form is gone. I mean, you don't even have a Heavenly Grace if you want to go even crazier. But Sword...
Oh, and Murder, he doesn't have his MKB. His Courier got killed.
The Courier is not there, but they do manage to get a good root on this Timbersaw. He's got 26 stacks, though. He is going to be brought back out. Murder, he's just like, I gotta fight. I gotta do something.
He's going in on A and B with the Nullifier.
Drop this. A and B is going to go down here with the Slark getting picking off the back lines there. They drop the ultimate, but the Wukong command goes through. But this is the thing I was talking about. Troll wins these bouts. As we see, that's not going to be the case. ESK is actually going to be the one to win this bout as Murderer will hit the floor. ESK to claim this one, and Tidehunter, the only one to live in this whole transaction as Rogos goes down next. Now, ZY on top of Cubey. He's on the sidelines here. The ultimate being expended. Now it's just like they're kiting him around, but they want to get this kill before the timer, and they get it just in time for the 5-man team wipe. It's okay. We'll take game number 1.
Yeah, it was all Sword. There's not much to say. It was just Sword. Sword just, he ran him all the way to their T2 top. He took all the outer towers. He was an unkillable beast. He died once on high ground. That is his only death that I think sort of mattered. But even then, a 32k gold lead, I don't see many teams coming back from a 45k gold lead.
There was that one game that I heard was on Reddit. It was like a 56 something K gold lead, and they lost because they like threw or something. I can't remember what the whole entire detail was, but like there was a scenario where I've heard that some team had an absorbent amount of gold and they didn't win because they were like being greedy or something. I can't remember.
Well, and you look at the win probability. We've got our 15%. I guess that's the monkey. It just appears and then disappears.
Yeah, that's oh, I didn't check. Shoot, I knew I should have checked it. Yeah, it definitely is the monkey. It has to be monkey.
But yeah, it was really just, I think, plain and simple, outdraft. I feel like it's okay. Even in the picks, it felt like they were just one ahead for every pick. They simply picked Slark. I think was Slark in the 5th slot or the 4th slot?
Slark was no, I think Slark was last pick.
Okay. Because it was, they had the Omni pick in the second phase.
In the scoreboard. Right? Doesn't it tell you where their pick was? I remember seeing it somewhere. There it is. He was 6, actually. So he was not last pick. No, that's not correct. There's no way Marana was last pick.
No.
This isn't right. This isn't correct at all. Marana was 3rd.
It's broken. Who cares? But it's
Dota.
It's just getting that Slark. I mean, we talked about all the picks pretty much ahead. I just thought that Byzantine Raiders would be able to scoop them up beforehand, but it was just an outdraft. Slark had a completely free time. They had Omni tied, and then they got timbered. I hope Byzantine Raiders can really shore up the draft, and then I think they're pretty even. If they get that draft fixed, then I think that we're gonna have a good game too.
Question is, will what do they ban? Did you already say what they would ban? Sorry, I'm working on some other stuff, but the Monkey King will get banned.
I think the monkey has to get banned. I think any team that's comfortable. I mean, Byzantine Raiders have been banning Puck first phase. They value the hero, but they also know that they either don't want it or they don't want to play against it. But you can't just let monkey go because they're picking it in like I think it's the 8th position where they're just able to pick it and then there's no counters for it. They ban out 3 counters and then they're happy going into the 2nd phase. They need to figure out a solution to the monkey or they need to get rid of it altogether. And then they need to be prepared for the puck. If they can do that, then I think Byzantine Raiders got a shot.
But what if they ban monkey and puck and for some reason in some crazy world they leave Nixon?
Well, then we got to worry about Nyx and Batrider, and then it's right. All done.
That's a whole different story and a whole different chance at. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But it is a best of 3, so they have that chance. Of
3. We've got more games.
We've got one more game
coming.
We've got one more game. Well, look at me saying like it's already a 2. Well, we got a possibility of 2 more games coming up right around the corner, as it is a best of 3. Losers will be kicked out of this bracket, I believe, from what I was looking at chat. Some of them have been confirming whether or not they go to lower bracket or lower
Okay.
bracket Div
Or,
1 or
Div
Div
2?
2, or they just
Okay.
get eliminated. Most of them were saying, according to chat, that they get pushed down to Div 2. So I'm fair to believe that they will get pushed down to Div 2. But I don't take that word for it. Obviously, this is chat talking. Chat does have a lot of insightful things, but sometimes it is a 50-50. I will try to get that information at least before tomorrow. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 of It's Okay versus Byzantine Raiders will be right around the corner, so stay tuned.